This is Radio Romania International. You are listening to our one-hour broadcast in English for listeners in Western Europe and Africa. We can also be heard on the internet at www.rri.ro, Channel 1. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and other social media platforms. Our programs are also available on TuneIn and via satellite Eutelsat 16A on 11,512 MHz vertical polarization, azimuth 16 degrees east. Symbol rate 29,950 megasymbols per second. Standard DVB AS2. Modulation 8 PSK. Audio PID 510. We wish you good reception conditions. Welcome, I'm Mihaela Ignatescu with the news, the headlines. The annual rate of inflation in Romania went up to 15.88% in September this year, according to the National Institute of Statistics. The Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte is on a visit to Romania. And Romania hails President Emmanuel Macron's decision to strengthen the French military presence on the eastern flank of NATO. In Romania, the annual inflation rate rose to 15.88% in September from 15.32% in August. As the prices of foodstuffs increased by over 19%, those of non-food goods were higher by almost 17%, and services were more expensive by 8%, according to data published by the National Institute of Statistics. The annual inflation rate will probably continue to increase towards the end of the year, but at a noticeably slower pace, the representatives of the National Bank recently argued. In August, the governor of the National Bank of Romania, Muguri Sărescu, announced that the inflation forecast for the end of this year is estimated at 13.9% and for the end of 2023 at 7.5%. The International Monetary Fund revised significantly upwards the forecast regarding the growth of consumer prices in Romania, both for this year, from 9.3% to 13.3%, and especially for next year, from 4% to 11%, according to the latest report, World Economic Outlook, published on Tuesday by the International Financial Institution. On the other hand, the gross domestic product in the second quarter of the current year compared to the same quarter of 2021 registered an increase of 5.1% on the gross series and 5% on the seasonally adjusted series, according to the provisional data announced by the Institute. In Romania, criminals will no longer be able to run for local or parliamentary elections, according to a bill approved on Tuesday by the Chamber of Deputies. The drafts received similar amendments that practically prohibit people convicted of crimes committed with intent from holding public offices. Once the law is promulgated, there will no longer be parliamentarians, mayors, heads of county councils, local councillors and county councillors convicted of rape, child pornography, pedophilia, procuring or corruption. The Prime Minister of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Mark Rutte, is paying a visit to Romania. He will be accompanied by President Klaus Iohannis and Prime Minister Nicolae Ciucă to the Jetica Joint National Training Center in Cincu, Brașov County, where he will have meetings with the military deployed there. Prior to this visit, Bucharest signed the purchase of 2 multi-role ships for saving and extinguishing fires at sea, bought from a Dutch company. The contract signed on Tuesday by the General Inspectorate for Emergency Situations is for approximately 40 million euros from European funds and stipulates the design and construction of the ships will be done at the Dutch company's shipyard in Galați in southeastern Romania. The Minister of the Interior, Lucian Bode, stated that the purchase of the 2 boats will allow a more effective intervention and better coordination with other structures. The head of the Department for Emergency Situations, Raed Arafat, has stated that each ship can ensure the rescue and retrieval of a maximum of 50 people and has medical equipment, including for critical patients. A company of armored personnel carriers and one of Leclerc tanks of the French army will arrive in Romania at the end of October to complete the technical means of the NATO battle group forward presence deployed in Cincu, in the center of Romania. The group was established starting in May by transforming the allied multinational elements within the NATO response force deployed in Romania. At the proposal of Paris, France took over the role of the framework nation of this battle group, which also includes by rotation forces from Belgium and the Netherlands. On Tuesday, the President of Romania, Klaus Iohannis, welcomed on Twitter President Emmanuel Macron's decision to strengthen the French military presence in Romania. It is an important move for NATO's eastern flank, a sign of allied solidarity, Iohannis said. The Romanian Minister of Defense, Vasile Dâncu, is participating for 2 days in the meeting of his NATO counterparts at the headquarters of the alliance in Brussels. According to a press release, the participants will discuss, among other things, the alliance's nuclear deterrence position in the current security context marked by Russia's aggression against Ukraine. On the sidelines of the meeting of the NATO defense ministers, Vasile Dâncu also participates in the meeting of the Ukrainian Defense Contact Group and the meeting of defense ministers of the countries members of the Bucharest 9 format. And that was the news.